Okay, guys, so here is the next set of drawings for you guys to do. Um, so let's get started. This is 6.75, the CrossFeed Stop. It is in the metric system, so make sure that you start a new drawing, standard metric or standard metric IPT. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and draw this shape. Actually, I'm going to start on the XZ plane. Okay, make sure that you're paying attention to how it turned this. So I'm going to rotate it so that way I'm looking at the top face like so. And I'm going to make my rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to click on my coincident constraint. I'm going to find the center point, which happens to be right here, and I'm going to lock it to the origin. I am then going to dimension this to be 110 millimeters. That's my overall length, and my overall depth is going to be 44. So 44. I'm then going to go ahead and click on Fillit, and I'm going to type in 22 because this right here, this radius is going to be 22, and this is going to be 22. So right here, 22, right here is 22. And since this is put in right here, I'm just going to go ahead and put in two holes. So I'm just going to put in a circle that happens to be or have a diameter of 11, and another right here that has the same diameter of 11. So that's that. Go ahead and finish the sketch, and we are going to extrude this up by 13. Okay, easy. So that's that. I am now going to rotate this to the back side, so that way I'm looking at it from the back, and I'm going to add this curved part here. So make a sketch on the back, and I'm going to draw a rectangle like so with a circle on top. So I'm going to find my midpoint, and I'm going to connect it over here, and I'm going to click on my coincident constraints. I'm going to find my midpoints here, and I'm going to lock it in with that center point there. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and put in my dimensions. Okay, so it says that the radius is 22 of this here. Okay, so if the radius is 22, that means that my diameter is 44. So I'm going to type that in. And then I am just going to go ahead and locate the center of this hole, or the center of this radius. So I'm just going to follow this out, follow this back, follow this over, 37 to the bottom. So I'm going to click on here, click this bottom line, pull it out, type in 37, put that in. There we go. That's all I need. And there is this hole here that has a diameter. So I'm going to click on circle, diameter of 16, and that's that. I know that it has this fillet right here with a radius of 10, but I'm going to put that in later. Okay, so I'm going to finish this sketch, and I'm going to extrude this. So I'm going to click this, and this, and I'm going to go in this direction. I don't want to cut it, I'm adding it, and I'm going to extrude it by 11. So I'm going to type in 11, hit OK, and there I go. Now I'm going to hit my fillet button, and my first fillet that I'm going to do has a radius of 10. So I'm going to type in 10, hit that, and hit that. I'm going to rotate this back around like so. And then all of these other fillets aren't really labeled, but I have to look around, and I find this note that says fillets and rounds are 3. So I'm going to click right here where it says click to add. It adds a new fillet, and I'm going to click right there, and I'm going to type in 3. And I'm just going to click everywhere else that there happens to be a fillet, and I'm just going to add. Okay, so that's where all of the fillets are added. So I have this one that wraps around this face, the one that goes around this corner here, and the one that's there. And that's that. Say okay. I'm not quite done yet. I have this cut out down on the bottom, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. So I'm going to click on this face here, and I'm going to make a rectangle, and just going to kind of float it right there, and I'm going to dimension it. So from here to that bottom, that is going to be 3. And then from here to this edge, that is going to be 11. And the total width is going to be 22. And that's it. Those are all of the dimensions that I need to add. And it's going to cut all the way through this entire part. Since it doesn't say anything else about anything, I'm just going to assume that it cuts all the way through. That it cuts all the way through the entire part. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on extrude and change it to cut, change it to through all. It's cutting through the entire part. Say OK. Done. Let's go ahead and save this. So I'm going to say save. I just need to save it into a right folder. So this is my third 9 weeks. Remember, I had asked you guys to start saving things into the right folder. This is going to be 3-4.1, 6.75. Remember, I asked you guys to save things correctly. I still think a lot of you are not saving things right. So make sure you are saving this the way that I am saving it right now. 3-4.1, 6.75, CrossFeed Stop. Save. Easy. Let's lay it out on a sheet. So let's go to New, ENUS. This is in the metric system, so make sure that you're using LA title or your title block in the metric system. Okay, super simple. We do need a, we're going to do this in a full size view. We are going to be using hidden lines, so we need a front view, side view, and top view. Say OK. And then put that in. Let's put in our center lines. So we need center line there, there, there. Okay. One thing that you guys are still having some issues on is creating center lines or center line bisectors. For whatever reason, that is becoming an issue. So if you can't or you're having issues using center lines, use center line bisector. Okay. So centerline bisector, you're just clicking on the center lines or the hidden lines, and they create center lines for you. And there are all of my center lines, and that's that. Okay, all of these dimensions are the ones that you need. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 dimensions for this one part. Do not try and fool me into thinking that just because you put random dimensions that I will think that you guys did it correctly. I know which ones are correct, so don't try and fool me. Please do this correctly, save this correctly, leave it open on your screen, and I will come around and grade it directly at your desk. Do not upload it. Do not worry about putting it into the OneNote. OneNote isn't working for us right now, so save it as it is. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know.